So, we've pulled together predictions from 100 of the world's most respected AI researchers. You know, the folks at places like DeepMind, MIT, and Stanford who are literally building our future right now. And what they all see coming by 2030? Well, it's going to fundamentally reshape our world. Some of it's going to get you excited, and some of it, it might even freak you out a little. But all of it is coming way faster than you think.
Okay, let's just jump right in with the single most shocking prediction. 67 out of 100 of these experts, they believe that within just 6 years, AI will be smarter than any single human being. And the other 33, a lot of them think it's going to happen even sooner. Seriously, this isn't a sci-fi movie plot. This is the consensus from the people on the absolute front lines.
And that brings us to this idea you're going to be hearing about constantly, AGI. You see, the AI we have today is amazing, but it's what's called narrow AI. It can be a grandmaster at chess, or it can create a stunning image. But it can't take what it knows about chess and use it to, I don't know, compose a symphony or design a bridge. That is the massive leap we are talking about.
Right, so artificial general intelligence, or AGI, is the point where a machine stops being just a tool for one specific job and becomes a flexible general-purpose intelligence. It can learn, it can reason, it can create across pretty much any field with the same kind of adaptability as a human mind. And getting your head around this shift from a specialized tool to a general intelligence is absolutely critical for everything that comes next. Now, what's really wild when you look at this timeline is just how close that future is. The median prediction, the middle ground, from all these top researchers puts the arrival of AGI somewhere between 2029 and 2035. And let's be clear about what median means. Half the experts surveyed think it's going to happen before this window, and half think it will happen after. This is not a fringe idea anymore. It's the dead center of expert opinion. Okay, so the big question is, how could this possibly happen so fast? I mean, how do we get from the AI we have today to AGI in just a few years? Well, the answer lies in something that experts are calling the intelligence explosion, and it's really driven by two key things. First off is just the absolutely mind-bending speed of progress. For the last few years, AI capabilities have been doubling roughly every 6 months. Just think about that for a second. If that pace keeps up, the AI models we have in 2030 will make something like today's incredible GPT-4 look like a cheap pocket calculator. Our brains just aren't wired to grasp that kind of exponential growth.
And that leads us to the real engine of this whole explosion: recursive self-improvement. This is the game-changing moment when an AI gets smart enough to start making itself smarter. It can rewrite its own code, design better versions of itself, and train itself more effectively, all without needing us. And of course, every improvement it makes it better at making the next improvement, creating this insane feedback loop of accelerating intelligence.
And that's why this quote from an anonymous researcher at a top AI lab is so, well, chilling. They said, "The thing most people don't understand is that AGI isn't a finish line, it's a launch pad. The moment AGI arrives isn't the end of the story. It is the beginning of a whole new chapter of change so fast, it's going to make the last 10 years look like we were standing completely still." And this just perfectly illustrates the stakes, doesn't it? The late, great physicist Stephen Hawking, he did not mince words. He called the creation of true AI potentially the greatest event in human history, or the last. I mean, the potential for both unbelievable progress and total catastrophe is just almost impossible to wrap your head around.
Before we move on to what this all means for your job, for your life, just let this number sink in. 82% of the experts we're talking about believe that by 2030, we will have AI systems that can conduct meaningful scientific research all on their own. Not just helping scientists, but actually forming hypotheses, running experiments, and making discoveries autonomously.
And hey, if AI is about to start doing the work of PhD-level scientists, it's not a huge leap to see how it's going to start affecting everybody's career. So let's get personal, because this abstract tech revolution is about to create a very, very real economic shockwave. Okay, so the World Economic Forum is projecting that by 2030, AI will have changed or just plain eliminated up to 85 million jobs. But, and this is a really big but, they also predict it's going to create 97 million new roles. So while that's good news in the long run, it points to this incredibly turbulent period where the skills you need to succeed are going to change almost overnight. The new jobs, they'll probably be all about managing, directing, and working with these incredibly powerful AI systems. And the jobs that are most affected, they're not just the routine, manual tasks you might think of. No, experts are pointing to massive disruption in highly skilled, white-collar professions. If you're a contract lawyer, it means an AI is going to draft and review standard agreements in seconds. If you're a financial analyst, it means an AI will process mountains of market data way faster than any human team could. It's not about totally replacing people, but it is about completely transforming what their jobs look like. Let's make this even more real with an example that experts keep bringing up. By as early as 2027, that's just a couple years from now, AI-assisted diagnosis is expected to be more accurate at finding problems in X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs than the average human radiologist. But here's the amazing flip side. That same power that's about to disrupt a career in radiology, it's also the power that could end up saving millions of lives. The other side of this economic shockwave is a health revolution on a scale we have literally never seen before.
I mean, just look at this. A staggering 91 out of 100 experts believe AI will be a primary driver behind at least 2 major disease cures by the end of this decade. And this isn't just wishful thinking. We're already seeing the proof with programs like AlphaFold, which basically solved the 50-year-old problem of protein folding.
So what does this actually mean? For cancer, it could mean AI designing treatments personalized to your unique genetic code. For Alzheimer's, AI identifying tiny patterns in brain scans years before any symptoms show up. And for fighting antibiotic resistance, it means AI can simulate and test millions of new drug molecules in the time it would take a lab to test a handful.
And Oxford researchers summed it up in a way that just stops you in your tracks. They said, we're about to compress 50 years of medical progress into 5. Just pause for a second and think about what that means for our lives and for the lives of everyone we love. But with this unbelievable power to remake our jobs and our health, there's a huge responsibility. And this brings us to the central tension in all of these predictions. The one big question where the experts are most deeply and passionately divided.
So on one hand, you have the utopian vision. The idea that AI will make intelligence so cheap that expert services just plummet in cost. World-class medical advice, legal help, financial planning, it could all become as cheap and easy to get as a Google search, lifting the quality of life for literally everyone. But on the other hand, there's the dystopian view. This is the argument that warns that the incredible wealth and power from owning these AI models will end up in the hands of just a tiny number of people and corporations, creating a level of global inequality that we have never, ever seen before.
So the crucial point we're left with is this. The technology is on its way. The breakthroughs in science and medicine, they're coming. The disruption to our careers is definitely coming. All of that seems pretty much inevitable. But the biggest unanswered question, the one that is going to define this century, the one we all have a role in deciding, is simply this. Who is all of this going to benefit?